the startup world is experiencing a change as fraud and fake data come to light. In Silicon Valley, a feeling of distrust and paranoia is growing as investors scrutinize startup claims more closely than ever before. The funding downturn, coupled with a tech downturn, has revealed which companies have taken the industry's fake-it-till-you-make-it ethos too far. Many high-profile startup founders, including Elizabeth Holmes, the founder of Theranos, are now facing criminal charges for pushing the boundaries of business puffery. The Justice Department has also been urging prosecutors to pursue more business frauds, including those at private startups. As a result, charges have been brought against a number of startup founders, and expectations of more to come. Unethical behavior can be overlooked when times are good, as they were for tech startups in the 2010s, but this is changing as larger, more traditional investors enter the market. The Justice Department's call for bold action is another factor pushing investors to scrutinize startup claims more closely. The increased scrutiny has resulted in several high-profile arrests, convictions, and sentences, with the result that the startup world's fast and loose fakery actually has consequences. For example, Charlie Javice, the founder of the financial aid startup Frank, was arrested and accused of falsifying customer data. Rishi Shah, a co-founder of the advertising software startup Outcome Health, was found guilty of defrauding customers and investors. In addition, Manish Lachwani, a co-founder of the software startup Headspin, is set to face fraud charges, as is Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX. The funding downturn has played a role in this change, as unethical behavior can largely be overlooked when times are good. But as the unicorns have soared, attracting billions in funding, and as larger, more traditional investors have entered the market, there is more money at stake, which has changed the calculus. Venture capital investors who backed startups in the past were reluctant to pursue legal action when they were duped, as the companies were small and had few assets to recover, and going after a founder would hurt the investors' reputations. As startups face increasing scrutiny, it is becoming more awkward for venture capital investors, who were once seen as visionary kingmakers. The more startup frauds that are revealed, the more these investors are playing a different role in lawsuits, bankruptcy filings, and court testimonies, the victim that got duped. Investors are increasingly asking consultants to help identify the telltale signs of Machiavellian narcissists who are more likely to commit fraud. The startup world celebrates failures, but it is unclear whether that defense will hold as the scandals become more humiliating for everyone involved. In conclusion, the startup world is changing as fraud and fake data come to light. Investors are scrutinizing startup claims more closely than ever before, and as a result, several high-profile arrests, convictions, and sentences have occurred. The funding downturn, coupled with the Justice Department's call for bold action, is pushing investors to scrutinize startup claims more closely. This change is making venture capital investors feel awkward, as they are now playing a different role in lawsuits, bankruptcy filings, and court testimonies, the victim that got duped. As investors increasingly seek to identify the telltale signs of Machiavellian narcissists who are more likely to commit fraud, it remains to be seen whether the startup world's celebration of failures will continue to hold as the scandals become more humiliating for everyone involved.
It was our pleasure to spend some time with you. Thank you for watching the WTH channel. Let us know what you think of this video in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe for more content.